Well, hello, Coffee Time friends. How y'all doing? Welcome to Coffee Time. I'm John, and this is Mama. We're from Coffee Time with John and Mama over on Facebook. Head on there and check us out. And we're going to do some baked sweet potatoes today and some of those ham steaks. And I'm going to make a little bit of compound butter. Meet me back here in a second.
Okay.
Head down here and look at see what Mama's up to.
I've got these sweet potatoes, and it's this avocado oil, right?
Avocado oil, yeah.
And I'm just going to spray this as a...
It's supposed to be spraying better than that. That's what I bought it for.
Maybe it's me.
This is supposed to spread a mist, it said.
Well, it's a squirty squirt.
Well, we'll have to revisit that.
And I'm going to just sprinkle some sea salt over them, just a little. And then all I'm going to do is put the lid on it, put it in the microwave, and let this stack cooker thing do its business.
Do its thing. Sounds like a real deal, Mama.
Sounds like easy.
Sounds like easy to me.
I'm going to put it on, 8 minutes?
Them sweet potatoes might take 10.
I'll put it on 10 then. I want them good soft.
Then Mama's going to show y'all. I don't know how this has got this. I hadn't even used it, but it sprayed water in the mist. It's supposed to be a mist.
Maybe it's a little heavier oil, but it won't
Well, I don't know.
do it.
It was supposed to be good for avocado. And
Oh.
does it have a dial? Perhaps it has a dial. Do you all know what I'm talking about? Do I know what I'm talking about?
I don't know. Okay, and this is just a little pan for my easy bake oven, and I put aluminum foil over it. And I'm going to get these ham steaks, big cuts of ham, and I'm just going to lay them like that. That's 3 steaks. And Johnny, if you'll open that can for me, please.
I don't find no dial in here. I'm just going to pull the top, but I will secure it in the bottom of the can before I put it in the garbage. Nah, we'll have to put those out. We don't need all them, will we?
No.
So this is just Libby's crushed pineapple. Gonna put it right on there with a little juice.
And then we'll sprinkle a little brown sugar over the top of it.
Yes, ma'am.
Then warm it up.
So this is just crushed pineapple and a little juice. Y'all might hear a helicopter going over.
Yeah. Sweet pineapples.
Because I hear one.
Hope it ain't Lifestar for somebody.
That's what I was wondering on Sunday. It could be.
It makes you wonder.
Let's pray for whatever's going on with it.
Here's your bowl for what's left.
So that's just some good juice that I'm adding to it. And we'll put the rest of these right here in this bowl. Clean as a whistle.
I like clean as a whistle.
If you need to save a can for something, pineapple cans are good to save because they're galvanized because it's so acidy. So if you ever look inside of a pineapple can, you'll see that galvanized can, which means it shouldn't rust, probably, if you need to use it for something. So pineapple cans are good to save. I'm not going to, but if you need to. Now I'm going to put this pull tab right back down in there, and then I'm going to squeeze the top of this can just so it can get out and nothing can get its little head in there. Well, something could, but not a cat or dog
I
or...
think I could get my little head in.
Mama, I don't think you could.
And all I've done is dab a little butter. very little butter. I'm going to take your dangerous little can that you fixed up here.
And brown sugar. This will make its own glaze. You can use this on a big hand too, like if you're baking it, you know, for Christmas or Thanksgiving or any holiday or just Sunday lunch.
Easter is coming up.
You can also,
I can't believe Easter's in 2 weeks.
yep, next Sunday's Palm Sunday, folks.
That is
You can
great.
also put mustard and a little grape jelly on there, and that's a good little topping too.
So all I'm going to do now is stick this
Let's
in.
see if it, no, it's still squirting.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to check that out. That ain't what I wanted.
Stick this in the oven over here. That should be enough for us.
Be perfect, Mama. We'll have some left.
Oh yeah.
I just put a repost on yesterday. I wasn't feeling the best. Mama was out running around. Her and the church ladies went on an outing yesterday, and she wasn't here, and I was, well, I wasn't like past going, but this sinus and this
A lot of people are complaining with that.
So a lot of y'all had asked us out of salad, and we're probably not going to fix one for Easter this year. And I thought, well, this would be a good chance to go ahead since it's just 2 weeks away. So I posted, that video was taken November of 2020, I think.
Have we been at it that long?
We've been at a long time, Mama. And that was the sawdust salad yesterday, and it's really good. So let's make us some compound butter for that sweet potato that we're baking. Now, y'all ready for that? You don't have to do this. This is just a little extra. Mama loves honey butter. She loves it on rolls. You doing any kind of bread today? Why don't you cut that French loaf up, and we'll toast some of it in the regular toaster. See, just spread the moment here. We're just living, you know, just like we do. This is just what we do when we cook.
We start out not knowing what we want, and we keep adding so we have a big.
Get your breadboard, and this is some French bread I bought. It's not going to last very long. It's lasted really well because it's in the refrigerator. So I'm going to cut this bread up, and we'll have it for today's lunch, and if we need it for beyond that, we'll have it for a day or two. I mean, we won't eat this all today. I'll just cut a couple of good slices. And we'll just pop this in the regular old toaster over there.
And we'll have that compound butter to spread
Yes,
out.
ma'am. You want 2 pieces?
No, one's of bread and
Okay. So that's all we're going to have. This is just some French. If I lived in civilization that had this kind of bread, and some of y'all do, this would be something right here. Be something I'd have to put on my list of things to avoid, because every time I get to the store that has this, I manage to get a loaf of it. I make that a fact. You just want 1 piece, Mama?
Yes, sir.
I love good breads, and I would love to start making breads. I have a real good friend, he and his son. When I say his son, I'm talking about 5 or 6. They make homemade bread together for the family, and I love that. And I told him the other day, I said, you are going to have to come and make us some bread for coffee time. So we'll see if we get that notion going. He showed me some bread the other day, and I said, did you make it? He said, no. His son made it. And I thought,
Ooh.
that's good. That's good learning, folks.
We might not want him. He'll show us up real bad.
It ain't hard to show us up because we just simple cooks.
That's the shame.
We just simple cooks. I'm going to make a little compound butter. We'll use this on that bread, and we'll also use it on our sweet potatoes. But we can use regular butter and stuff if we want to. But this is just a good way of making a compound butter. Now, compound butter is just a fancy term for saying you're going to mix up some butter and some flavorings. Don't get excited about it. In here is a stick and a piece of softened butter. We leave this over there by the stove, and we use it A lot of people say you can't do that. I don't know if you can or can't. Don't know if you're supposed to or not. All I know is we do. Okay? This is a stick of butter. Aboutish. Maybe not quite, because that was...
We're through with the oil too, aren't we?
Yeah.
What about this honey? Was you gonna need
Yes, I
different?
need it right now.
You need different.
You know, that was just a stick and a piece. I'm just going to make it all, and then I'll clean this butter bowl up. I'll start out with me 2 fresh sticks in here, and I'll know what I got. Okay? So it was a stick and a tablespoon. And no, we don't necessarily have to eat a stick of butter for lunch today, because this will keep. Let's go down here and you look at this. So that's all that is, softened butter. And you want it soft. If you don't have it out, you can cheat. Put it in the microwave for 5 seconds. Take it out. Feel of it. You know, you don't want it to be hot. You just want it to be soft. So whatever it takes to get you some soft butter. Now, I don't have an exact recipe. I have an about recipe, just like you already seen me with the butter. So let's just say a stick of butter. And then let's put about 2 tablespoons of brown sugar to start with. I'm going to add, this is just vanilla. This is, I'm going to add a teaspoon of vanilla to this amount. I don't know if you know this or not, but if you use the cap your vanilla comes in, it's approximately 1 teaspoon.
That
Just a little
honey
tricky.
in that jar. I think you might.
There's not much, is there, Mama?
I brought you this one. It may need to be
This
better.
is called Sarwood Honey. I got this last fall down at the riverside. And time I get it poured, there's probably going to pour out about a tablespoon. But Mama's got some more here she got at the store. We did have some local honey, but I got to get up
I've
to...
got it in there.
Have you?
Yeah.
Lowe's Branch Ranch
You
honey?
want it?
Yeah, that might help my allergies, Mama.
Think about that.
We keep honey of all sorts. See, that's going to pour about a half a tablespoon now that it's poured. It'll take a minute. Good honey's slow. If you have honey, it's not old. It's not spoiled. I don't care how long you had it. Honey don't spoil. If it turns to sugar, put it in the microwave. It won't spoil. That's the beauty of honey. Nature's way of taking care of us. Honey won't spoil. Isn't that amazing? This is local honey. This comes from Lowe's Branch Ranch, right,
I
Mama?
don't know if that was low, but I think it might be.
I think it is, but if it isn't, that's where I get my honey.
Yeah.
And they have wonderful local honey. So this may have been made from, because they live right here. They live right
I think
there.
their bees comes and visits.
I think their bees comes down here and gets some of my flowers.
Comes across the hill over here and gets in my garden down there.
Yeah, and gets our flowers, so it'll help my allergies. So that was about a half a tablespoon, and this is a 1/4 of a cup. Mom, I don't think I need that 1/4 of a cup. I need a tablespoon.
Tablespoon. That's a half, ain't it?
That's 1 tablespoon.
Oh, the steam.
So this is a half a tablespoon, and I'm going to put 1 and a half more.
Ooh.
One
Pour
and,
2 more.
put you some honey in there. So approximately around 2 tablespoons of honey's in there. Because I'm going to put this back in here. I absolutely love honey. We used to always keep honey on the kitchen table. I think I'm going to go back to that, especially with this homegrown honey, with these allergies.
Homegrown honey.
With these allergies. This is just some cinnamon, organic cinnamon ground that one of y'all sent us when we were out one time. And you can see we're using it. And I'm going to put a shake of this in here, probably the equivalent of about a teaspoon. Or you want me to measure it? You just want me to measure it? here's the teaspoon. After the honey, well, there went the internet, but it's back. After the honey incident, I'm afraid that I might overdo it. So this
honey business.
This is 1 teaspoon of cinnamon.
Ooh, sorry. Bunchy.
Well, Mama, you've not knocked them down in a while.
I've been better, but I got a little careless today and bumped them.
So in here is, we're going to call it a stick of butter. It's a stick and a bit. And it's 2 tablespoons of honey, 2 tablespoons of brown sugar, and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And let's see what we end up with. We're just going to mix all this deliciousness in together. This is called compound butter. In case you're ever wondering, when you hear the term compound butter, what does that mean? Well, that's it right there. I make compound butter with herbs sometimes for steaks. You've seen me do that.
I love it on steaks.
Yeah. And this is for baked potatoes, breads. You know, you get this at the big restaurants. When you see when they say, "Oh, our delicious honey butter," well, folks, that's pretty much the recipe: honey and butter. This is real butter. We don't use any kind of margarine. Anytime you see any of our recipes or any of our things that say anything about butter, it's real butter. And normally, 9 times out of 10, unless the recipe specifically says unsalted, we use salted butter. For several reasons. One reason, that's what we have. For 2 reasons, I'm not keeping up with 2 different butters. The third reason, the only difference in salted butter and unsalted butter is the salt. And unsalted butter won't last out on your counter. It'll mold very, very quickly. So make sure your butter's salted that you have out.
That's all I've got fixed is ham and sweet potatoes. Is that enough?
And a piece of bread, Mama. And some wonderful butter.
That'll be enough.
You want a veggie?
Well,
You could do those, you got some frozen vegetables in there. And if you want to open up a steam pack. See there? That's just compound butter, folks. That's all we're hoping for. This is good on rolls. It's good on anything.
it'll be delicious on that potato.
It will be good on our potato. And that's what I was mainly making it for, but it'll also be good on that piece of toast that we're going to have with it, Mama. Now, if you want to be so crafty, you can take this butter and put it in a butter mold or just in some kind of container, a little Tupperware bowl. Put it in your refrigerator and have it. You could dump it out on a plate and it would mold. Or you can just keep it in the refrigerator in an airtight container, and there's your compound butter. Good and good for you. Well, I'm going to say it. Anyway, it's good and good for us. What is your favorite butter to buy? Well, I'll tell you. Well, I can't think of it. It's our store brand. I'll see if Mama's got a box, because like I said, I got this out of the dish that we keep over there. Mama, what brand is this butter? Do you have a box of it somewhere?
Yeah, here it's just Save-A-Lot.
Save-A-Lot brand. Save-A-Lot brand. We use a lot of Save-A-Lot brand because that's what we have. But we have found that, like, this butter here is some of the best butter I ever had. They have the best cheese. Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Coburn Farms. No, we're not sponsored. We're just sharing a fact. Coburn Farm. And this is called Sweet Cream Butter. Salted. And I'm going to get 2 out to replace the 2 I just... And it just comes like this. And I love this butter. If they had this butter laying there in 2 or 3 name brands, I'd pick this up because I trust it and I know it, and it's always good. Coburn eggs are good. We always have good luck with Coburn eggs when we're buying store-bought eggs.
I can't find nothing but Brussels sprouts and some Spanish right now.
Okay.
And I just send not.
You just soon forget it because both those are green. You could do a can of corn.
Oh, it's not green.
Well, you have to have green?
Well, I wanted a green vegetable with it, but I don't have to have it. I want you to take your board and check these sweet potatoes.
Mama's talking vegetables, and she don't like none of it. She don't want no... I'd eat the Brussels sprouts.
How would you fix them?
You'd have to roast them. No time for Brussels sprouts.
Well, we should have started them earlier.
Those potatoes are done. You only have to stick a fork in them. Because look, when a sweet potato gets that wrinkly look like that, it's done. But I will put a fork in just to show y'all. Can y'all see down here? So see, if you can poke a fork in and it's fork tender, they call it, then it's done. Yum, yum, they're done. Gonna put this back over. Now they'll continue to cook in there, even though they probably don't need to, but they will. Mama, you got some sweet tea today?
Yes, sir.
We're gonna have some y'all sweet tea with our Sunday lunch because it's delicious.
Stick it back that way. I'm gonna set our ham here, and I've got that's not on the pad. And I've got the toast in the toaster.
A green vegetable. You could have green beans. You could have. Isn't there a pack of those frozen green beans in there?
Get and find them.
Just go ahead and find them. You'll notice we're not going to worry too much about it.
We didn't. I didn't look at
Let's look at this ham.
it.
Mama don't look that long for a green vegetable. I mean, if it's there, she won't leave it laying there. But, to like dig and look for it, we don't need it.
We'll eat without it.
But look at that delicious, delicious ham. That brown sugar's on there. It's created a little glaze. Got that pineapple sweetness going. That ham, it's like Christmas. These baked potatoes. Really and truly, the ham was an afterthought. The thing that started the conversation about today's lunch was, I'm wanting a good baked sweet potato, Mama said. So we grew from sweet potato, a good big sweet potato, and I've got that ham. We can have ham and sweet potatoes.
They're good together.
They're good together. So, we would have been happy with just a sweet potato. Y'all ever eat just baked sweet potatoes? Now, you can slow bake these in the oven and do all that mess if you need to. We understand. But it's just so easy to do the quick, fast version in the stack cooker. We fall prey to speed. We love it. I love coming on here with you all, starting a meal from the beginning, and in 9 minutes we got baked potatoes. The ham was done in about 10 minutes, so that's a good thing. And the sweet tea,
Which ain't sweet.
which ain't sweet, which is unsweet, and that's what I look forward to the most. I love good crisp tea. Mama, that looks good.
Yeah.
And coffee. That tastes good too. If there's anything on one of these forks, which I don't see anything on either one of them,
You just stuck it in sweet potato.
it's just a little sweet potato.
It's not bad.
Ain't gonna hurt a thing.
No.
Ain't gonna hurt a thing. You got that knife or you already took it?
I just didn't lay it over here.
You're gonna need it for this ham.
Oh, there you go.
We gonna need it. Let's look over here and see how much we need it. So let's see.
It's browned up a little. There you go, sir.
You better get your butter on it.
Well, you got it over there. You'll have to smear it up.
I've done cut that aluminum foil, looks like.
Yeah.
Sir said if I cut that ham, I'll cut that aluminum foil, which will defeat the purpose of putting the aluminum foil.
I reckon you already have.
I reckon I have, she said. Well, just make sure no aluminum foil's on your ham, is all I can tell you.
Oh, it ain't none.
Gonna
Just made a
butter up that toast with this delicious compound butter. That's not peanut butter, folks. That is butter, cinnamon, delicious butter. Compound butter with cinnamon and vanilla.
Somebody put a hot pan down there.
Where?
I was going to scoot it over.
Oh, was it too hot?
I didn't. hold on to it long enough to see if it's too hot. When I touched it,
It don't take you long to look at a hot pan, does it,
no,
Mama?
it don't.
We'll cover them right back up. Gonna take this potato, give it a good cut in here. Squeeze it good. Mm-mm-mm-mm-mm.
Sit down here.
Do what, Mom?
Get that knife for your ham. I've got me one.
I've got honey from stem to stern here.
That's awful feeling. You get me the butter, putting this sweet potato.
Yes, ma'am. I could take this big old gokey spatula out of here now that you got a knife. I mean, I love this spatula. But for butter spreading, this knife will be a lot more precise.
Yeah. I like it like this because you don't have to put butter and then work and get you.
And it's all blended. You don't get a bite of cinnamon and a bite of butter and a bite. It's all one big happy family. Blended well together. That's the whole point of doing the compound butters, is for evenness of taste. When you're doing it for your steak, you can shake all those herbs on there and put butter and let it melt. But you get a whole different flavor when it's all emulsified together like that. Let's bless it, Mama, so you need it hot.
Oh, yes.
Dear Heavenly Father, we thank you for this wonderful meal. We thank you for these precious hands that prepared it. Lord, we just pray for the nourishment of our bodies with it. Be with us and watch over us and do all the things you do with us so well, dear Lord. And dear Lord, we just pray that you'll be with each and every prayer request, those spoken and unspoken. In your precious heavenly name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, Mama, do the damages.
I want this
Give the
sweet
report.
potato. That's what I want to taste of.
I want this bread. Oh, my goodness. Oh,
Oh, you mix the butter really well.
it's perfect, isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
That honey, and that butter and that cinnamon and oh,
That sweet potato's what I wanted.
I told him while he was there getting the tea. That's how the whole conversation started today. As I want a good sweet potato, good baked sweet potato. Do y'all ever eat just sweet potatoes?
We did it growing up.
We did. I did it growing up.
I know it. I'd just fix them and we'd eat sweet potatoes.
Just a baked sweet potato.
When I was growing up and little, we had fireplaces in the old house. And we would put sweet potatoes or plain orange potatoes in the ashes in the grate.
You wrap them up, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but they'd be in the grate in there cooking and get them out, and we'd put butter on them and just hold them in our hand and eat them that way and stuff.
A good baked potato is a great meal. We had Arby's used to have baked potatoes. I don't know if they still do or not. You can just get that, and I'll get that for lunch a lot of times. And this ham had a little fat.
Oh, you got a fatty piece. I didn't trim the fat off.
I got the fatty in because I knew.
It gives it flavor when
Yeah.
you're cooking it.
I got the fatty in when I cut that in half because I knew you'd have to cut it off and fool with it. But now, you may be tempted to give this to your fur babies because I'm sure it tastes good and I'm sure they'd love it.
It makes your ham taste good to leave the fat on it.
But don't give it to fur babies because it can cause pancreatitis and it can cause them a lot of acute problems just in a real big hurry. Temptation, temptation, but don't fall for it. Mama, I just found a bone.
Well, I cut off the bone end, I thought.
Well, I found one.
Well, you're a big boy, you can
I
have
can
it.
handle it. Ham bone, ham bone. That was the nickname of my step grandpa, great grandpa, Mama's grandpa. Ham bone. Do you ever have in your family named Hambo?
His real name was Newman.
Everybody called him Hambo. And he had a walking stick my whole life. And we called it Elmo because there was a cartoon that had a old man and he had a cane named Elmo. You remember that?
Mm-hmm.
It's funny what you remember.
I don't remember much of that stuff. I remember cartoons like that.
You don't remember Hambo having a...
Yeah, I remember him having a walking stick, but the cartoon man, I can't remember.
There was a little old man who had an Elmo, and the Elmo would walk by himself. And he was kind of like alive, because he was not Grandpa's, but the cartoon.
I'm glad you got that straightened out.
I just wanted to clarify. The ham's delicious, Mama.
Good.
The potatoes are delicious, Mama.
Yeah, I've eaten a lot of the potato already. That's what I mostly ate.
And the butter's good. Now that's a stick of butter in a piece. We're going to put that in a bowl. We'll mark it honey butter. It'll last. People say, how long will that last? Well, how long will a stick of butter last in your refrigerator? How long will honey last? Forever. Brown sugar, it don't go bad. And the vanilla ain't gonna hurt a thing. So it'll last for weeks. Or I'm gonna say, we'll use it here for weeks.
You'll eat honey 1,000 years from now.
All right. That French bread is so good. Mm-mm-mm. I told him you was out running around yesterday with the girls. And
That was right. We had a good time.
I didn't do anything yesterday.
Well, you wasn't feeling good.
I felt really worse yesterday than I had. And I thought, I hope I feel good for church Sunday.
And thank goodness you got up feeling better.
I really did. And since I tested and went in COVID, I felt comfortable going because I wasn't feverish. I didn't cough or sneeze, so I felt good about it. Well, I'll give this an A+ for lunch today, Mom.
I do too. Simple but good and filling.
And what are we going to do with these dishes when we get through, Mom?
We're loading the dishwasher.
And how long have we been loading the dishwasher, Mama?
2 days.
And how's it working out so far?
Well, the rest of them I've been doing by hand. The big
We
hands.
have washed up the pots, a little bit of pot, but it wasn't hard.
No, it didn't take long.
Silverware's in there.
Mm-hmm.
Dishes are in there.
Yeah, all the plates.
So
and
we'll
bowls.
flip it on, let it run.
Coffee cups, all that.
All the coffee cups are in there. We'll flip it on, we'll let it run.
I should have a dishwasher full of coffee cups. But you're good to use your cup.
I use a cup over and over.
You're good about that, though.
For the day. Are y'all that way? Coffee drinkers. I'll get up in the morning, whatever cup I start out with, I'll usually use the rest of the day. I had this one this morning. I'll use it the rest of the day.
Mostly if you're here, though. If you're not here much, they get washed or put in there.
Now, somebody here, I don't know, I ain't really nailed it down. Somebody runs around grabbing them up. I said, where's my coffee cup? I washed it. It was good for another gallon or two.
What's these restaurants when you lay your silverware down, you're through eating, they'll pick up your plate?
This right here is my favorite cup. I know we got some new ones. It's got God Bless America on the back of them. No, it don't say that. What's it say? Land that I love.
Land that I love.
This is my favorite one. It's my go-to. My white one. I love this cup. Y'all see me with it all the time. And I love it. And it's a good handle. I love the handle. If you want one of these cups, you can get them on our Etsy store, but that's honey.
No, you do have honey. You don't you?
You can get these on our Etsy store, but I think the new ones do have it double-sided. But this is one of the original ones, and I've been drinking out of this one for 2 years or 3.
Was it one of our first ones?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. This is my old standby that I've used for 3 years. Or 4 maybe. 3 years. And I love it. But I got my y'all sweet tea, dude.
Ah, I didn't put them in our glasses.
Huh? Oh, in the silver glasses?
Yeah.
You're trying to be fancy for Sunday.
Well, really, I just looked up there, and them was right there where I was standing, and I just go. There ain't nothing fancy about me.
We ain't fancy, we're practical. Do y'all eat the hull on your sweet potatoes?
Not me. You do sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes.
I don't know if I do sweet potatoes to it.
I don't know about them. You do mashed potatoes.
I do other potatoes, but not sweet potatoes. I don't know why. I haven't tried them, but I just never did. A regular potato, I think the peel tastes good.
It's where the vitamins and nutrients and all that stuff's at in it.
I could probably eat a sweet potato whole.
And the skin of stuff.
I could probably eat it. I'm just trying it. All right, Mommy, anything to add today? You gonna do anything else today?
Mm-mm.
You cooking anything else for us?
Nope.
That was pretty quick, Mom.
Enjoy. We got surprise muffins left. You can have for dessert if you want dessert.
I've got honey on my elbows. No, but right there. I kept feeling something sticky. Evidently, a drop of that honey had got on the counter. And I put my hand in it. And now, I've got honey right there. Just as sticky.
You can tell people I'm so sweet, I'm sticky.
They know better, Mama.
Well, they not.
No, they would know better.
That peeled, looked, that just clean to the, come right off that peel.
The sweet potato?
Mm-hmm. They were good.
It will. Sweet potatoes are so fibrous. They're good.
And they're good for you.
They're a superfood. Absolute superfood. We could eat them every day. Probably not with butter and sugar and honey.
No, that's not the good part. I love sweet potatoes baked. I love them fried. I love French fries and sweet potatoes.
Mm-hmm.
I love sweet potatoes.
But Mama, what's your least favorite way?
My least favorite way?
Roasted.
Roasted.
You'll eat them, but that ain't your favorite way to eat them.
No, I like them like this.
Because sometimes I'll roast them the healthy way. You gonna put some sugar and butter in them? No,
yeah,
Mama.
I do. I do when I get them out, though.
I try to get them to the table healthy.
They just don't go down in my tummy always that way.
I do my part.
They have to go through a transition sometimes.
I do my part to get them there healthy. But they don't last that way, do they, Mama?
Mm-mm.
But at least it's a sweet potato. Mama left the room to sneeze.
I just stood up away from the food.
That's all we got, folks. We've had lunch. We've had ham, sweet potatoes, and a little piece of toast. Absolutely delicious. Couldn't have asked for better. Wouldn't ask for. Here I go.
You went to church?
Been outdoors. What do you expect? I walked out. Well, actually, I was in the garage, but I walked out at church and went in and walked out. Ever since I've been home. Bingo. Hi, folks. Hey, Sandy, how are you? I love miniature marshmallows on my... Steve Duncan, that is the way we fix them with casserole. Are you telling me, Steve, that you make a baked potato and put miniature marshmallows in that?
I don't eat it that way. I would, though. I eat
I started to say, you don't know, Mama, you've not tried it. Steve, do you put miniature marshmallows in your baked sweet potato? Because that sounds delicious to me.
I cook them. Put sugar and butter and stuff in them.
Hello, Gary.
Put marshmallows on top.
How are you? I like fluff on my sweet potatoes. Uh-oh,
That's
Lynn,
marshmallow.
you've just crossed the line. Are you telling me?
I ain't tried that.
Lynn, are you telling me you buy marshmallow fluff?
I might try that.
And you put it in the sweet potato. Oh, Lynn, you may have just led us down the wrong path. Now that Mama knows that, it's on.
I love marshmallow fluff in my hot chocolate.
Or hot chocolate in her marshmallow fluff.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically what it is.
And I like Ready Whip in my cocoa.
So Steve, yes sir, he says, okay Steve. Steve, what are you got us into? Tune in next week when you'll see us eating sweet potatoes with marshmallow fluff and miniature marshmallows.
That's the same thing.
It's kind of the same thing. Lynn got us on the fluff. Steve got us on the miniature marshmallow. And Steve, you could even, I just thought of this. You could take a sweet potato, buy those miniature marshmallows in pastel colors, and have them for Easter. Instead of casserole. Texas Roadhouse puts caramel sauce. Oh, I'm interested, India. Texas Roadhouse puts caramel sauce and miniature marshmallows on their baked sweet potatoes. I love them.
I've never eaten a baked sweet potato.
Are you telling me they put caramel sauce on their sweet potatoes? Cracker Barrel does it that way with marshmallows. Do they really? We don't get out enough, Mama.
I reckon we don't.
I like cheddar cheese on my sweet potatoes. That would be good. Hello, John and Mama. Hey. Okay. Well, Steve and Lynn, you've taught us some bad habits today, I believe. That's what happens when you play with the mean kids at school. You learn bad habits like putting marshmallow fluff. Now, I'm thinking maybe our sweet potatoes pale in comparison. Just imagine how good this would be loaded down with melted marshmallow fluff or miniature marshmallows.
I love the compound butter on it.
It is good, Mama. But now I've got to say, some marshmallow fluff would be pretty good on here.
Yeah.
And so would the miniature marshmallows. Yes, good baked marshmallows. Oh, yeah. You could get a marshmallow peep. Oh, well, Tracy, I don't like peeps.
I started buying you some just for Easter.
You know, I've not tasted them in years. I may love them now. I do that sometime. Buy us some, Mama. We'll try them on here and we'll see what you all think. Do y'all like peeps?
Not me.
I'm by peeps like I am water chestnuts. It's not the flavor. It's the texture. Them little peeps, they may be different now, but they used to have granulated sugar on them. And I just couldn't get into that. I don't know why. Texas Roadhouse usually here puts honey, butter, and marshmallows. Really? This marshmallow thing, I thought was brand new. On back internet, there it is. Texas Roadhouse caramel sauce is great. What, Vicky? I'm just
gonna
learning
have to go
about
to
this.
Texas Roadhouse. For a
Sandy,
while.
you don't like Peeps either? I just don't. I like marshmallows. I like sugar. Don't have nothing against y'all food coloring. I just don't like them. No, thank you, Edward. The Peeps, me either. No Peeps, never. Too sweet. Exactly, Janice. I don't care for them. Peeps are delicious. See, Preston, you're either a Peep or a non-Peep people.
We're non-peep people.
I'm a non-Peep people.
Say that again.
Non-Peep people. I love Peeps. See, Gloria, you're a love of Peeps. You're a love Peep people. Love Peep Peep. Marshmallows will ruin a good sweet potato. Ava, you think?
I love
I like
marshmallows.
Peeps now, and I love the chocolate dipped bottom ones. No, I may like the chocolate dip Peeps.
I've not even seen them. I don't ever
The
look
cinnamon Peeps are okay. Renee? Oh, no sugar, just the cinnamon? I'm not like that. Sweet potatoes, peeled, baked, granulated sugar, butter, vanilla. Now that's a casserole. I like that. I love cinnamon and sugar and marshmallows on mine. John, I like brown sugar and butter on my sweet potato. I do too.
Yeah.
That's what we had today. Brown sugar. And here's another thing. If you make your compound butter, I just put 2 tablespoons of brown sugar in that whole mixture.
I put that much on one potato.
Mama will put 2 or 3 tablespoons, like she's making hot chocolate or something. She'll put 2 or 3 in it, so it cuts down on the amount you use, and it's all blended together. So
It
compound
does have a good flavor.
butter will reduce some of your calories and stuff. That's just a little tip. No Peeps and no to the old time squeaky peanut shaped orange things I used to have. I don't know what that is.
You know, peanuts, circus peanuts.
Oh, circus peanuts? Oh, wow. I love circus peanuts if they're fresh. I live for those. I'm like, oh, there's some fresh circus peanuts. I'm the one that goes to the store. You know, like sometimes they'll even have them like at the Dollar Tree and places. I'm the one that'll squeeze one.
Tap them like watermelons. You
I
squeeze.
don't harm them, but I will give them a little squeeze in the corner. See if they're fresh. If they're fresh, I'm going to take one. If they're hard, it don't squeeze them anyway. So it don't hurt nothing. And I leave them lay. Baked sweet potatoes with pepper, butter, and salt.
I've never ate pepper on mine.
Nope, no pepper. Just sugar, butter, and cinnamon. A little bit of vanilla. Twice baked sweet potatoes. Brian, that would be good. Alright folks, we could talk sweet potatoes all day because I'm sure there's 1,000 different goodies in them.
Poured all of it.
Mama, you've done good on that sweet
I
potato.
reckon I told you I wanted one, and I've held it out till there ain't nothing left but the slick outside of it.
If you put sugar and butter and cinnamon on something, Mama's going to eat it.
I sure will.
It is good. I'll have to say, this has been a delicious lunch. We could have that again. We've had it several times. I act like it's something brand new. It's not. We just ain't had it in a while. Mama, you got anything else today?
No. I beat till I'm, what do you say?
Eating myself a mischief?
Yeah.
I had a friend that used to say that all the time. I've eaten myself a mischief. I don't know what it means, but I think it means a lot.
That's what I've done today, I tell you. But it's what I wanted. I love to get what I'm craving to eat. I love to get it right then
I love for you to get it, Mama.
and eat it. It just tastes so much better if that's what you're really wanting.
And nothing else will do with it, Mama.
No, it's satisfying.
Now, just to prove y'all we didn't sit here and eat a whole... Don't get out and tell people. That John and Mama ate a whole stick of butter on the sweet potato. We did. We barely had a little bit of it. But there's a good 3/4 of a stick there that we'll put in a container.
I could have ate more.
We'll put it in a container. Mama can have it on biscuits. That'll eat good on biscuits, cornbread. You can't do too bad with that. pancakes.
You know what we're having later on this evening is some ham. I fixed too much ham.
Well, we eat one piece of them 3 hams. That's it.
That's good though. That pineapple on it is so good.
And it'll tenderize a little bit. And we'll have that for supper one night. Or we got to show y'all some Tupperware because it's the end of the month. Wednesday will be the end of the month. And I've let y'all down because I've got some really good stuff and we've not shown it. And my director told me yesterday to get some stuff shown. And I said, we won't show it Sunday, but we'll show it Monday.
That's right.
So maybe tomorrow evening. If you're interested in Tupperware,
Tune in.
If you're not, I always put Tupperware in the comments. So you people who say, I don't come on here for Tupperware, you'll see it in the comments. You'll see it, not in the comments, you'll see it in the description liner up there. It'll say Tupperware. And if we're cooking and doing Tupperware, I put Tupperware and cooking. I try to keep y'all informed. I really do. Say goodbye, Mama.
Goodbye, Mama, and God bless you all. Bye-bye.
Y'all have a blessed Sunday. Bye-bye.